Good evening, District 56, and welcome to Golden Leadership Principles. Toastmasters provides abundant communication and leadership opportunities for all its members. Why did you join Toastmasters? When you joined Toastmasters, did you realize the leadership opportunities available to you? Which Toastmasters leadership roles have you experienced? When Lark Doley began her journey in Toastmasters leadership, she joined to improve her communication skills. Then she learned about the leadership development opportunities in Toastmasters. Well, I washed my face and I couldn't do anything with my tongue. Through her years in Toastmasters, 7 principles of golden leadership emerged. Participate in this session to hear Lark's 7 golden leadership principles. It's my honor to present our golden past international president, distinguished Toastmaster, Lark Doley.
Thank you, Pam. It is golden to be back with District 56 tonight, my first home. When I joined Toastmasters over 30 years ago, I had no idea about the leadership track. I joined for communication skills, and I could never have imagined my leadership journey in this organization. I hope you enjoy our golden principles of leadership tonight, and let's get started. I again have the privilege to have as my golden chat master, past international director, current 2021-2022 Region 2 advisor, Pamela McCown. So we are going to start again tonight, just like we did last night, asking you to enter some answers to questions in the chat. So I want all of you to find the chat. After a year of the pandemic, a year of using Zoom, I know that all of you are proficient in finding the chat. So find the chat, and I do want you to respond to everyone who's present tonight so that everyone can enjoy your words of wisdom, your golden words. And my very first question for you is, and it's actually a statement, is to name a Toastmaster leader who has inspired you. So I want you to type into the chat the name of a Toastmaster leader who has inspired you. I will tell you there are many District 56 leaders who have inspired me, and certainly our golden chat master tonight, my introducer as well, is one of them. I will tell you though, I'm known as the Golden Lady of Toastmasters, and that might not have happened if it hadn't been for the red hot mama, Jean Riggs, who was District 56 governor a couple of years after I joined Toastmasters. And she inspired me with her red attire. And when I came up with a golden theme, I thought, oh, I need to wear golden attire just like she wore red. Madam Chatmaster, who are the leaders who have inspired District 56?
Well, some people said Joe Ido, Kathy Kest, Pamela McCown, Doris Brooks, Tori Rocket, Rose Williams, Jean Riggs, Lark Doley, Bill Sullivan, Cheryl Warren, a few more Pamela McCowns, and Kathy Kest, Eddie Merla, Kathy Davis, Jan Paskovsky, Joe Ido, Rose Williams again, Linda Shaw, Joe Ido, Diane Nino, Pamela Williams, David Rebellis, Lark and Jana, Jana Barnhill, I'm sure that's Jana Barnhill, and Pamela and Rose. So a lot of past leaders from our district as district directors and governors are on that list.
Thank you, Pam, so much. All right, let's look at the next question. Which leadership positions have you held in Toastmasters? And if you want, you can just list the leadership position you're holding now, or your last leadership position. So type into the chat a leadership position you've held. If you want to type into the chat multiple leadership positions, feel free to do so. I have had the privilege to fill almost every leadership role in Toastmasters. There are a few I haven't filled yet, but I will tell you that my plan is to be an area director again. So give me a year or two to finish all of my past international president responsibilities. But after that, I look forward to serving as an area director again because they have direct contact with the clubs. Madam Chatmaster, what are they saying in the chat?
There's a lot of people responding. Vice President Education, Area Director, Sergeant at Arms, PQD, President, Division Director, BPE, President, BPM, Area Director, Division Director, VP Public Relations and Membership. So there's a lot of officer roles out here. Carol Caraway says all but Club Growth Director, Logistics Chair, President, Division, District Governor, Area Director, PRM. I know who that was. And plain old Toastmaster, another person put out there. And Area Director is the best.
Thanks. Thanks so much, Pam. The next question for you to answer: what have you learned by serving in Toastmasters leadership roles? So what have you learned by serving in Toastmasters leadership? I have learned so much. My head is full of lessons learned in Toastmasters leadership. One of the lessons that I will not talk about tonight is patience. So I will tell you that patience is a virtue, and it's difficult for me, but I think I have learned that in different leadership roles in Toastmasters. Pam, what are their answers in the chat?
David Bell says volunteers and members are at the heart of the organization.
Oh, beautiful.
Always have a good team, serving others. It's all about the members. There's so much more to learn, period. Appreciate the doers. Don't try to do it all yourself.
Oh.
To accept help, even if you don't want it or think you need it.
I love those.
Be humbled.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Pam. And my final question for this slide is, what is your next golden step in Toastmasters leadership? We all can take another step in leadership, even if it is a mentoring step, a coaching step. The godmother of Toastmasters District 56, as I heard Pam is called. So what is your next golden step in leadership? Type that into the chat. I've already mentioned to you that I do plan to be an area director again, but I can tell you that this year I've been serving on the Toastmasters International Leadership Committee, and I also was asked to be the District Leadership Committee Chair for District 56. I thought that those two responsibilities in leadership would be very similar, one at the district level, one at the international level. So when I was asked to serve as the District Leadership Committee Chair, I said yes, and I have fulfilled that responsibility this year. Pam, what are they saying in the chat?
Well, I'm sure one of these answers is a result of Jana's presentation last night. I want to go for accredited speaker.
Golden.
I'm enjoying club mentor at the club level, mentoring and coaching. District director. Jo Ido says she wants to be the district director.
She does? My goodness.
Be yourself, as you may be inspiring someone else with your courage and your drive. Mentor of the club. My next step is to help connect Toastmasters International and Rotary International on the local levels. That's a great goal.
I love that one. I love that one. I'm very glad that Jo wants to be district director. Otherwise, we might have a problem with the next session. So that's good news. Let's move on to the 7 C's of golden leadership. And by the way, in looking at Trio Thursdays, there are 3 more C's, I believe, in here. There's conversation, there's connect. Well, I guess there's just 2, but We have C's on the Trio Thursdays. If you have not taken advantage of the Trio Thursdays, this sounds fantastic. So I say on Thursdays, connect with your district leaders from 4 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Have a conversation, connect, communicate, and collaborate. So in my 7Cs, I do have communication and collaboration, but there's an opportunity to add connect and conversation perhaps the next time. So your golden district leaders this year, I bet they believe in the 7Cs of leadership. They certainly believe in their own 4Cs of leadership. The first C of golden leadership is communication. And when you think about our world today and the forms of communication, they are so many forms of communication. Now in the chat, I want you to type in your favorite forms of communication. What are your favorite forms of communication? Type that into the chat. And while you're doing that, I will tell you that I have become an avid supporter of Zoom. And one of the reasons for that is not just Toastmasters, but I have connected with my grandchildren this year as never before. I can tell you that because of the pandemic, I am now communicating with my grandchildren on a weekly basis, and sometimes even more often than that. That was unheard of previously. And by the way, I only live a half an hour away from my grandchildren. But when we were not having a pandemic, we only saw one another 3 or 4 times a year. So Zoom has become one of my favorite forms of communication, not only for Toastmasters, but to connect with my grandchildren. Pam, what are they saying in the chat as their favorite forms of communication?
Personal conversations, face-to-face, FaceTime, face-to-face communication. I miss this. Body language and in person, video conferencing, phone, text, then email last. Personal conversation and Zoom, FaceTime.
Fabulous. All right. So when you think about those forms of communication, and you think about the time before you joined Toastmasters, I know that's difficult for some of us, but when you think about before you joined Toastmasters, do you believe that Toastmasters has not only helped you in your verbal communication skills, and by the way, your body language, your gestures, but has also helped you in all of these forms of communication that you've mentioned? How effective were you as a communicator before you joined Toastmasters? On a scale of 1 to 5, what was your level? And when you think about your level of communication today, what is that level now? And again, when you think about all the various forms of communication, I hope that Toastmasters has helped you be more proficient in every form of communication that we use today. Communication is the foundation of leadership. From the time we wake up in the morning until the time we fall asleep at night, we are communicating in one form or another. And I love the fact that one of you talked about body language gestures. No one mentioned listening skills. So that's another form of communication, isn't it? And that's one of the forms of communication that we learn in Toastmasters. We learn to listen, to think, and then to speak. But we each have our own personal communication style. I love taking communication style assessments, and I have taken many. So I've taken the Myers-Briggs, I've taken DISC. But at my place of work, we used to use another personal communication style assessment. And it, again, has 4 different communication styles, and it begins with the driver. What is a driver? A driver is results driven, direct, minces no words, and needs no need for explanations. They don't want you to explain what you want them to do. They just want you to tell them the task and let them determine how best to implement that task. They are direct. They are focused on the present. They will get the job done. Just tell them what you want done and they will do it. Are you a driver? The second personal communication style is analytical. The analytical communicator thinks, researches, analyzes all of the facts, all of the data before they will offer an opinion. And when they offer that opinion, they will explain all of the data, all of their analysis in order to state that opinion. Analytical communicators focus on the past to help them determine future performance. Are you an analytical communicator? Or are you an amiable communicator? An amiable communicator focuses on supporting the team. Amiable communicators avoid conflict at all costs. They support the team, even if it is to the detriment of themselves. Are you an amiable communicator? Or are you an expressive communicator, the cheerleader, the intuitor, the futurist? You speak before you think. But with Toastmasters, you may become a better listener before you express your opinions. Are you a direct driver? Are you an analytical communicator? Are you an amiable team supporter? Or are you the expressive cheerleader, intuitor, futurist? You need to understand your personal communication style in order to adapt your style to others. So what is your style? And most of us have a primary communication style and then a secondary communication style. When you think about those with whom you interact, your family, your friends, your coworkers, your club members, your club officers, your district leaders, what are their communication styles? And is your communication style the same as theirs? When you're communicating with anyone, you need to adapt your communication style to their communication style in order to be heard. So, Toastmasters, what is your communication style? And what is the communication style of those with whom you interact? Match their styles, and you will be more successful in the first key to golden leadership, communication. The second golden key of leadership is commitment. And I love this quote. Commitment is an act, not a word. Your commitment is fulfilled through your actions. Your commitment is judged by your actions. Ultimately, your level of commitment will be evaluated by your actions. So when you think about your commitment, are you acting on your commitments? This year, your District 56 Executive Committee committed to building new clubs and supporting all clubs in achieving excellence in their different roles on the District Executive Committee. The clubs this year had to adapt to the pandemic and commit to hold online Toastmasters club meetings in order to thrive in this world of the pandemic. And now it's time to enter your answers into the chat again. And here we have a picture of determined to master speaking. And I love this picture of their commitment to growing their club by promoting their club at their church. So I want you to think about your commitments to Toastmasters this year. Whether you are a member or a leader in this organization, what did you commit to achieve this year? The Toastmasters program year is July the 1st to June the 30th. So what was your commitment to Toastmasters this year? I want you to enter your commitment into the chat. I've already mentioned that I have commitments as a past international president. And I mentioned the International Leadership Committee, and I mentioned that I'm also served as the District Leadership Committee chair. But I have another role this year, and that is as the chief judge for the quarterfinals of the international speech competition. So that position is just beginning and will be completed by the end of June. Madam Chatmaster, what are they entering into the chat as their commitment this year?
Well, we have a few committed people. One of them says to put on the best spring conference with the best team. Achieved.
Yes.
Being committed to attending meetings on a consistent basis, working on my speeches, providing quality club officer on online leadership electives, help our club stay on top of membership to grow in spite of the pandemic, help clubs with challenges, work with new members to learn pathways. As VP VP Education, my commitment this year was to engage more members, to train members to make progress in their pathway speeches, doubling down with connecting with Rotarians to Toastmasters, completing one path, start another veterans club, finally finish my DTM project,
all right.
Being the wow factor VPE for my club.
Oh, all right. That's a good ending. Thank you for that. Thank you for all those golden comments. Now, what progress are you making to achieve that commitment by June 30th? So you have three options here: ahead of schedule, on schedule, or behind schedule. All right. Ahead of schedule, on schedule, or behind schedule. So type one of those three into the chat. I have finished the International Leadership Committee commitment. I have finished the District Leadership Committee commitment, and I'm just beginning the Chief Judge commitment. Pam, what are they saying into the chat? So how many do we have?
Well,
District
56 is ahead of schedule in almost every way. These people are on schedule or ahead of schedule. And
wonderful.
So, we've got some awesome members here in District 56. What can I say?
I would expect nothing less. That is wonderful. All right. So you're on schedule or ahead of schedule. Keep it up. We want you to achieve your goals by June the 30th. What actions will you take in the coming weeks to fulfill your commitments? And now I've broadened this to yourself, to your family, to your career, and to Toastmasters. So every year we should commit ourselves in all of these categories, correct? Unless we're retired, then we might not have to commit to a career. But the bottom line is we should make commitments to ourselves, to our family, to our friends, and always to Toastmasters. So type into the chat an action that you are going to take in the coming weeks to ensure that you fulfill your commitments. And it can be in any one of these areas. I met this week for the first time with the World Headquarters staff about my chief judge responsibilities. And in the next 3 weeks, we will be meeting with all of the judges for all of the 14 contests. And I plan to be there and to introduce myself and to listen in on World Headquarters and their explanation of the responsibilities to these judges so that I can do the best job possible as the chief judge. Pam, what are they saying as far as actions they plan to take?
I just want to say you're going to be the chief judge for the quarterfinals for all 14 regions.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I am I'm the chief judge for that.
La-di-da. We are gearing up together all for a picnic in June, and I hope to gain new members from this.
Oh, love it.
Continuing with permanent communication. I don't know what that is, but communication is good. And that's about all we have on people that are gearing up and having action plans. Let's see. The Rotary Toastmasters link says, I've already spoken to the current district governor of Rotary and the next 3 governors. All 3 want it. Thank you very much.
That's golden. All right, everyone. So I love the fact that you're on schedule or you're ahead of schedule. I'm a little concerned about the fact that you cannot state an action. So I do want you to think about that. I want to be sure that you are acting in order to complete that commitment.
Well, yeah, I always say what gets scheduled gets done. Let's get it on our calendar. Let's get it done.
I'm telling you, if it is not in my iPhone, it will not get done. So I agree with that. All right, everyone. I'm expecting that you have an action plan and that you have entered those actions in writing somewhere. And now my final statement to you, final question to you is, who will support you as a mentor to achieve these commitments? It is so important that we have a mentor in our lives, in all aspects of our lives. So what I want to know is, first of all, do you have a mentor? You should. And if you don't, who can be your mentor? So let's type into the chat some names of mentors. Type into the chat some names of mentors. If you don't want to put their complete name, put their first name, put their relationship to you. Are they the VP Ed? Are they VP Mim? Are they the area director, the division director, a district leader? Just type into the chat who they are. And I will tell you that I certainly had multiple mentors throughout my Toastmasters career, but I was so impressed with a district director here in District 55 who assigned mentors to the division directors, reached out to past district governors, past district directors, asked them if they would be willing to mentor division directors, and then asked us if we would do it, and then matched us with different division directors. And it was an honor to be a mentor to a division director that year. Pam, what names are they typing into the chat?
Doris Brooks. Actually finished my DTM project. Thank you, Lonnie Huff. Joe and Pam, I need a Toastmaster mentor. Jim Lindenfeld says, distinguished Toastmaster Kim Lindenfeld. I think that's his wife. Carol, Pam, Rose, Amber, Karen, and Charlie Pitts. Lisa is a friend and mentor. Pam McCown, Joe, Jan, Karen, so many, many more. Pat London, BPE My Club. Sounds like an equal to me. My mentor is Jody White.
Oh, golden. All right. Sounds like you've got mentors. So the only question I'm concerned about on this one is the actions. But other than that, you are pure gold. I love this quote by Mario Andretti. Desire is the key to motivation, but it's determination and commitment to an unrelenting pursuit of your goal, a commitment to excellence that will enable you to attain the success that you seek. Commitment. The number 3 golden leadership key is collaboration. And now I want you to type into the chat your definition of collaboration. And this is another golden picture of the District Executive Committee this year. They invited Dan Rex, our CEO of Toastmasters International, to be their featured speaker at their DEC meeting. And again, they collaborated with World Headquarters for their DEC meeting. You can always invite Dan or other leaders from around the globe to support you. We are so honored to support you. Pam, what are they typing into the chat as far as the definition of collaboration?
Working as a team to achieve a goal or a task, working together equally, working with others to create something normally couldn't or wouldn't on our own, to work together toward a common goal, listening to and engaging with the ideas of others, working and coming up with a concise plan to implement, there's an analytical person, supporting each other towards a goal.
Beautiful. Absolutely. So one word definitions are teamwork, cooperation, but absolutely leveraging the strengths of the team to achieve a common goal. Working together to achieve a common goal is the definition of collaboration. When you think about club officers training, does that require collaboration? Absolutely. And we have conducted online club officers training since the pandemic began. Won't it be wonderful one day if we can be in person again? But again, I hope that we will have hybrid club officer training in the future, or at least offer an online version of club officer training in addition to in-person training when we're able to get back together again. And when we think about this Golden District 56 conference, was that a collaborative effort? Absolutely. How can you conduct a conference without so many individuals supporting it? Here is the Golden District 56 conference team, and there are many others supporting this conference. Collaboration, teamwork, cooperation, leveraging the strengths of every member of the team to achieve a common goal. But what is the foundation of collaboration? I believe that the foundation of collaboration is our core values: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. We need to have integrity in every interaction to fulfill the missions of our organization. We need to respect every individual, every member, every guest, every leader in our organization. We need to have a servant's heart, and we need to endeavor to have excellence in everything that we do. And all of that has to be done without ego. The fuel for ego is conflict. The fuel for collaboration is communication. Remove the ego and we can collaborate. That's why we move to our next golden key to leadership. We want to talk about conflict. So again, I want you to enter your definition of conflict into the chat. Enter your definition of conflict into the chat. I will tell you that I have experienced conflict in business, and I have experienced conflict in Toastmasters and serving in leadership. And both of them have been very negative. When I became a supervisor for the very first time decades ago at Texas Instruments, John Schmidt promoted me. 2 weeks later, he was promoted and I was under a new manager. The day he became my manager, he called me into his office and he said to me, "I just want you to know one thing. If I had been in management 2 weeks ago, you would not be a supervisor today." That was very destructive to me, but I rose to the occasion and I determined that I would commit myself to excellence and proving him to be wrong. And I did. Madam Chatmaster, what are they saying is the definition of conflict?
Expectations not being met, opposing ideas, struggle between people or teams, disagreement of ways to work through to resolve issues, opportunity when you handle it correctly.
I like that positive reflection on
where
conflict.
Communication between parties that are not listening or willing to research beyond what they think is so. 2 or more people cannot agree to disagree to move forward in any situation. Not listening to the team, trying to go it alone.
Okay, let's end on that one. Yes, conflict is battle. It is discord. It is struggle. It is the absence of communication. And there is no purpose for conflict in our organization. We welcome healthy debate. We welcome healthy discourse. We welcome healthy discussion. We welcome different perspectives to find the best solution. But conflict, as the absence of communication, is of no value to our organization. As I said, the fuel for conflict is ego. The fuel for collaboration is communication. And we need to fuel our organization with communication. So I say to you that the absence of conflict is the number 4 key to golden leadership. I look at conflict as destructive, as negative. Again, we need to resolve conflict as soon as it arises, and we resolve conflict with communication and with mediation if needed. We need to focus on the missions of our organization, the club mission, the district mission, the international mission. Our words and our deeds need to positively support the missions. If we are focused on the missions, it doesn't matter if we disagree with someone. So I disagreed with my manager. I disagreed that I was the wrong person for the job. And by the end of a year, I had convinced him that I was the right person for the job. And I did that through my commitment, through my communication, through my collaboration. So absence of conflict, our number 4 golden key to leadership. Change. We are living in uncertain times. We are living in turbulent times. We have experienced the storms of change. But when the storms of change subside, we welcome the rainbow of hope with the pot of golden opportunities at the end of that rainbow. Change. When you joined Toastmasters, did you expect to change? Well, I hope you did. And have you changed? I hope you have. The pandemic was dramatic. It was negative in the aspects of change initially. But have we risen to the challenges? Have we risen to the change? Have we adapted? Have we innovated as a result of the pandemic? I believe that we have, and I believe that we are stronger as a result. And I believe that we will thrive in an after-pandemic world. We will take the golden successes that we have learned in the pandemic, and we will apply them after the pandemic to be a stronger organization. Reactions to change. We can have negative reactions and we can have positive reactions. I can tell you that at the beginning of the pandemic, I definitely had negative reactions. And my first reaction was denial. I thought, oh, we'll get through this. We'll get through this in a month or two. It won't last long. I am so glad that I was not your president during the pandemic. I would have thought, we're going to get through this. It's going to be easy. It was not easy. But the positive reactions to change are acknowledging the pandemic, accepting it, adopting changes, and finally making those changes a habit. We positively reacted to the pandemic. I was at the March 2020 board meeting when the board of directors suddenly realized that not all of us would be present in person. The pandemic had begun and was impacting our global world. We ended up having 11 of our board members in person at the March 2020 board meeting, and we had 8 of them who were at home. So we were a hybrid board meeting in March of 2020, and it was a successful board meeting. But before that board meeting had ended, we had sent out a communication to all of you that you must hold online Toastmasters Club meetings. We wanted to ensure the safety and the health of our members, and we made that decision, that innovative decision for our organization, that change to our organization to be sure that we maintain the safety of our members. And look at the reactions that you had, positive reactions, such as training your members on Zoom and how to use Zoom. And then look at the clubs, and you're adapting to our online world of Zoom. Positive reaction to change was our number 5 golden key to leadership. Well, what about our number 6 golden key to leadership? Courage. I said that our 2019-2020 Toastmasters International President, Deepak Menon, was our President Courageous. And then one of our international directors, Aletta Rocha, said, he's our Captain Courageous. And he has navigated the stormy seas. I thought that was brilliant. So he was our Captain Courageous. We had to make the tough decisions for our organization. And our international president, Richard E. Peck, is continuing to lead our board in making courageous decisions. A courageous leader has to make the tough decisions in order to be a golden leader. What tough decisions have you made? That first tough decision was to go online. And when you think about other tough decisions that you have had to make, what are those? Courage is the number 6 key to golden leadership. American General, Greenway Plaza, all of our clubs have adapted to online club meetings. But what about Sci-Fair super speakers? They've adapted from online to hybrid. They have led the way for hybrid Toastmasters meetings. And last night, you had a panel who discussed the art of hybrid meetings. So I hope that all of you will embrace hybrid meetings in the future. I hope that we do not lose our online presence with our Toastmasters members. So consider hybrid meetings. Consider those technology wizards in your Toastmasters club who can make it happen and make it happen smoothly. Online club meetings. I love this picture of Pasadena fun online club meetings, this promotion for their online club meetings. And last night we talked a lot about online club meetings, but now in the chat, I want you to enter one feature of online meetings that you like, or maybe it's one feature of online meetings that you love. So enter into the chat a feature of online club meetings that you like, or maybe that you love. I will tell you that I love the social interaction before Toastmasters Club meetings and after Toastmasters Club meetings. And I mentioned to you that I'm the Sergeant at Arms for my Arthur Storer Toastmasters Club meeting. And I love interacting with the members and with the guests as they arrive. With the Today Club Toastmasters meeting, that president creates a PowerPoint presentation for every Toastmasters Club meeting. Oftentimes they are PowerPoint presentations that are along with the theme of the meeting, but sometimes it's just personal PowerPoint presentations that he's pulled together. And I love that. He shares those with us before every club meeting. Pam, what are some online features that they love?
Using Zoom, missing traffic, more intimacy with your members, polls for voting, Listen Master Team Challenge dividing into groups, no commute, more creative themes, not having to drive. I think commute is the top thing. 1 hour meeting is only 1 hour. I really miss the in-person meeting of our Dining Out Toastmasters Club, and we don't go out to eat anymore. Members seem more confident at online meetings.
Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting one. Well, I totally agree with the commute. Absolutely. As we talked about that last night, your traffic in Houston, our traffic in Austin, avoiding that at all costs makes me certainly a happy Toastmaster.
Well, there's one more I'd like to share with you.
Yes, share.
It says past members who've relocated can now rejoin and participate.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we reached out to past members of the Arthur Storer Toastmasters Club, and Marcia Hudgens has rejoined us. So I am so happy about that. I totally agree with that. And again, the global membership that we can have. So not only past members who have relocated, but global membership. So Toastmaster members around the world are visiting clubs, and when they visit, ask them to join, as I mentioned last night. And now, Pathways, I'm so grateful that boards of directors in the past had the foresight to decide that we needed an online educational program, and Pathways is that program. Now, I want you to type into the chat the paths that you are currently engaged in. And if you'd like, you can put the level as well, but I'd like to know the paths. Let's see how many paths people are on in District 56. And I'm on the dynamic leadership path and the motivational strategies path. So those are the two paths I am engaged in now. Pam, as they type into the chat their paths, read them out to us.
Dynamic leadership, presentation mastery, engaging humor, interpersonal skills. Oh, innovating planning, that's what IP is. Persuasive influence, dynamic leadership, visionary communication, effective coaching, strategic relationships, persuasive influence. I don't see any engaging humor. Where are you guys?
Oh,
Dynamic leadership. Oh, here's an engaging humor. So I think we've hit most every one of them.
Yeah, I'm thinking, did anybody say visionary communication? I don't know if anybody said.
Yeah.
Oh, they did? Oh, good. All right. Sounds like we got all 11 paths. Congratulations, District 56. Well done. So our sixth golden key to leadership was courage. Our seventh golden key to leadership is celebration. And District 56 certainly knows how to celebrate. But now into the chat, I want you to type in one way that your club celebrates. So type into the chat one way that your club celebrates. And while you're doing that, I will tell you that the Today Toastmasters Club loves to have an annual party where they celebrate achievements and where they give out comedic, humorous awards, right? So they will think of awards for every member of the club and then give those to the members, like the member who smiles the most, right? The member who uses the most humor, but they will think of different awards for each member of the club, and it is so much fun. What about your clubs? How are you celebrating? Pam, how are they celebrating?
Online game night.
Oh,
happy hour after the meeting. Social virtual meetings with a glass of wine. Oh. So we've got some really celebrations, adult beverages going on here. A Christmas party. We have kudos at the end of each meeting to celebrate our club and members. We have a toast. 200th meeting celebration. Ooh. And we celebrate every meeting with themes meetings, holiday parties, birthday parties, compliments to members. I know in Dining Out Toastmaster, we have a member spotlight every month.
Oh, wonderful. All right, those are golden celebrations. Keep those up and think about other celebrations that you can have within your club. Be sure that you acknowledge every educational achievement, every level achievement in Pathways, and certainly celebrate your achievements in the Distinguished Club program as well. I also want to show you other celebrations that I have heard from District 56. I love, love, love this club charterversary certificate given to 1960 North Houston Toastmasters for 46 years of service, and they chartered in April of 1975. I love this. And then look at this, welcoming a new member like this. So look at that golden celebration. And then let's move on. At our club meetings, Do we have best speaker, best evaluator, best table topics? I can say that some clubs just want to have best table topics. That's fine. You make that choice. But also look at the pathways celebration, the certificate for pathways. These are celebrations that every club can have, whether you're virtual, in person, or hybrid. And I love this. Look at the C and F, Current and Future Leaders Club. Look at all of their celebrations. And by the way, they created this PowerPoint slide, right? And look at the fact it says celebrations, recognitions. So I had to use this slide. Anniversaries, accomplishments, open houses, fun and enriching meetings, Valentine's, fun table topics, contest winners, DTM-a-thon facilitators, DTM-a-thon guest presenter, DTM graduations, golden celebrations. And then the celebrations for leaders this year and last year, giving those awards, bringing them in. Everybody was masked, as you can see. Not sure about the 6 foot distance, but you were masked, so that's a good thing. But celebrating the achievements, the leaders of the 2019-2020 year. And then, have you all read the District 56 Spring Conference program? Well, look at all the celebrations within that program. Double dues, open house award, eligible club high flyers, club quality high flyers, Smedley Award, Talk Up Toastmasters, Super Achiever, Triple Crown winners. And to go on, Plan for Success, Leadership Excellence, Super 7, Pathways Trailblazers, Pathways Mentor Program, Distinguished Toastmasters, Advanced Leadership Silver. All of these are in your District 56 Spring Conference program. Look at all of these. Look at your clubs. Look at your members who have celebrated achievements this year. Corporate recognitions. I was delighted to receive a photograph of this. Corporations, agencies, universities support Toastmasters, and we love to recognize them. When Dan Rex was there in person, you celebrated MD Anderson and the Spirited Speech Masters Club. A corporate recognition award was given to MD Anderson. If your corporation is supporting Toastmasters, not only at the club level, but at the area, division, or district level, then submit that information to your district leaders and get a corporate recognition for your company. So, have you learned the 7 golden leadership keys? Let's see if you remember them. Type into the chat the first golden key. Type into the chat the first golden key. Let's see how well you're listening tonight. Pam, tell me how well they're listening.
Well, the word that came here is communication. There's several people that thought it was communication.
Well, as I would think, golden responses from District 56. All right, let's see if they remember the second golden key. So type into the chat the second golden key.
I think they were taking notes.
I'm so glad.
The word that's coming up most here is commitment.
Oh, brilliant. Commitment. All right, the third golden key. Type it into the chat. What are they saying?
This time they're saying collaboration.
District 56, I knew the best district in the world out of 123. Collaboration, absolutely. All right, let's see if we can go for 100% with number 4. What is the number 4 golden key?
They're typing in conflict or absence of conflict.
Yes. So
No conflict.
absence of conflict. Conflict vanishes with collaboration, and the resolution to conflict is communication. So well done, District 56. All right, number 5. What is number 5?
Ooh, we've got some differing opinions here.
Oh.
Uh-oh. It's between change and courage.
And actually, it is change, adapting to change. Absolutely. Change spurs innovation. We have had to become innovative and agile during the pandemic. All right. And they're absolutely right that courage is the number 6 golden key. And what is the number 7 golden key to leadership?
All right. Celebration. I got it.
Congratulations, District 56. Well done. Well, I'd say we're close to 100% on that. In our organization, there are so many opportunities for leadership. There are opportunities at the club level, the area level, the division level, the district level, the regional level, and the international level. So your region advisor this year is Charlene Burrows, and there are 123 districts worldwide, and they are organized into 14 regions served by 22 region advisors. Our International Board of Directors, our courageous president, International President, Richard E. Peck, and of course, your Region 5 International Director, Mohammed Kayoum. It has been my golden honor to be with you tonight, and this is my favorite quote. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. So members and leaders of District 56, what is your next golden step in Toastmasters? Please consider leadership in our organization. And finally, I want to thank all of the conference leaders for this golden conference and for inviting me to participate. And of course, thanks to my golden chat master tonight, none other than Pamela McCown. And now I return control to Carol Caraway. Back to you, Carol.
Thank you, Lark. On behalf of District 56, I want to thank you, our Golden Lady of Toastmasters, for delivering such an inspirational message and showing us the way to great leadership principles. And I also want to share with you the special gift that we have sent to you via mail. Wanted to share that with the rest of our district. So Jennifer, would you mind putting that up for us?
Yes, I love my gifts. I absolutely love them. And when I received them, I sent a message. By the way, I can't believe I didn't take a picture of the back. So I apologize because the back has goals, the goals on it. So it has gold on it, which is fantastic. But I will tell you that my husband believed in functional gifts, and every gift you gave me is functional. So I thank you. I know he's smiling down from heaven and thanking you for that. Thank you, District 56. I love you. Ah!
Thank you, Lark, and we love you too. Now, everyone, it's the time we've been waiting for. It's time to introduce our Energizer co-chair, Amrita Verma, who's going to lead us in a Energizer break before the formal business meeting. Amrita.
One moment, I'm promoting her to panelist.
Well, we had a wonderful, wonderful time with Lark, and I know y'all did too. Such an inspiring leader. Marita and Charla Ozen, please come off mute and show your video.
everyone. Wanted to welcome everyone to our District 56 Lip Sync Idol. Today, we're going to have some wonderful District 56 Toastmasters that want to share their lip syncing talent. The host for today is our wonderful, extraordinary Toastmaster, Kim Stingle. Let me tell you a little bit about Kim. Kim started her Toastmasters journey in 2017. After only 3 months, she was asked to step up as president. Since then, she has served all roles in a variety of clubs, including Kingwood, Deerwood, and Dining Out Toastmasters. She was a Pathways ambassador and helped found and charter POPs, Pathways of Professional Speakers. We heard about them from Jana's presentation. In 2018, she earned her DTM. She was the district table topic champion in 2018. Outside of Toastmasters, she serves as president of the American Businesswomen's Association, Woman of Vision Express Network, as well as the chair of the ABWA Houston Area Council. In ABA, she was awarded Woman of Excellence by the Federation of Professional Women and Woman of the Year by AWA. I now have the privilege to introduce our District 56 Lip Sync Idol host, Kim Stingle. Kim, please take it away.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters. Can you hear me? It's time for our lip sync battle. Is everybody ready for some fun and some excitement? I'm excited to be here. Thank you, Charla. We've got some brave souls who are going to take us into the next few moments that are going to share some of their talents with you in this amazing world of karaoke. Did you know, by the way, that karaoke means singing, but above all, karaoke was created for fun. So let's get started. We're going to start with our first contestant in our karaoke lip sync battle, Miss Sonia Freeman. If you could all, when I call your name, unmute, tell us the title of your song, and then take it away. There's another way we need to do this. Somebody let me know.
You need to make sure that Jennifer knows who you're promoting to the panel. Maybe you should send her a list.
Actually, I think there's a little bit of disconnect. For the Energizers session, it's a completely different meeting. That's not a webinar, that's actually a Zoom meeting. So Jennifer?
Yes, so I apologize for any confusion, you guys. This session is just for the presentation that previously happened. The Energizer is happening in the next session. You can find it in the Whova app on the agenda. It's its own separate item. So it'll be a Zoom meeting where everybody can function a little bit more comfortably for what we need to do for this session. So please go to Whova and go to the Energizer session on Whova.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.